Hi everyone, so this is week 3 of me working with Future-Focused Finance. Goodness, how time flies. And this week for me has been about getting up to speed with Great Place to Work. So close partnering is one of the work streams that I'll be heavily involved with, and I feel like with that one I'm getting underway. I kind of know what I'm doing, and we've got some calls in there and that's progressing, but I felt guilty that after 2 weeks it still didn't feel like I'd done an awful lot with Great Place to Work. So Camilla and I met up on Tuesday. That's a whole other story that could take up a whole video blog. But we managed to have a conference call in the car with Loretta, who's the new SRO for Great Place to Work. And it was really helpful for me because it was an opportunity to go through all of the different subgroups that sit within the Great Place to Work action area. And it gave me an opportunity to ask some of those questions and try to find out some more information. So we are currently setting up calls with all of the different individuals involved in the subgroups so that I can try and learn as much as I can around where they've got to, what their plans are, and then probably more importantly how Camilla and I can support them in what they're wanting to take forward. So it's very much been a fact-finding week, and I still have an awful lot of things to read, lots of reports, lots of information, lots of papers that everybody's kindly been sharing with me that I just need to spend some time now reading, digesting, so that I can then have an opinion on them and almost have a view of how we take things forward. I think something that I just want to reflect on that note is, before I started working for Future-Focused Finance, I was a value maker. So I joined in the first recruitment round for value makers, and I felt that I knew what was happening in Future-Focused Finance. I've willingly gone along and updated directors of finance at network meetings in the area. I've been into my local organisations to talk about FFF, and what I'm very quickly finding is that I've only really scratched the surface of what's out there. There is so much going on, and there is so much out there that I just didn't know about before I started working for Future-Focused Finance. So for me, there's two kind of key learning points there, and two messages. The first being, we need to get better at how we communicate this with the community. So it's all right as having all this stuff and doing all this work, but we need to work harder or differently or smarter. I'm not sure what the answer is yet, but we need to do something different to communicate that so that everybody within the community knows what is out there, and therefore then knows whether they're interested in getting involved or not. And then the second point really is this thing of, yeah, I accept that we need to do more on our comms, but I'm also surprised at how much is already out there, and I just didn't know about it, and I just wasn't accessing it. So if there's a particular work stream that you're particularly interested in, then please do some work to try and find out more about it. Maybe on the website, admitting that it's not all that user friendly. You know, see what you can find on the website, speak to people who you know are involved in it, or come back to us to try and get some more information on it, because until you start to understand what's out there and what's going on, you're not going to know whether it appeals to you, to your team, to your organisation to get involved. So just a message that there's an awful lot out there, and there's an awful lot out there that I didn't know about, so I'm guessing that other people are in a similar position. So we need to work harder about telling you about it, but also please do some research into it. So when we're sending you links and we're letting you know about things that are on the website, just spare a few minutes having a look, because you never know, you might find something that you really want to get involved in and really want to share your opinions on and your thoughts on, to shape kind of how it progresses. So it wouldn't be a video blog from me if I didn't mention the FACE event, which is happening tomorrow. I've seen the latest version of the agenda and spoken to Pam and Ben now on various occasions throughout the week about how that's going. And all I'll say is it looks like it's going to be a really exciting, amazing event. AK, Ben, Pam, Sanjay, Chris have all worked really hard at putting together an agenda that's really, really hopefully going to make a difference and have an impact for the finance and clinical educators, because it's about starting off with this is what being a finance educator is about, this is our expectation of you, but this is what you can get out of it. And then really trying to help them to put together some resources, some things that are happening in other organisations that they can tailor for them to use in their organisation, even to some more creative things like introducing people to TED Talks and how you can get your messages across in a different way and a more creative way, to AK helping people to come up with animations and video blogs. So a whole range of different things that we can try to get the message across and to really make us be the face of finance. So looks like a really exciting event. I'm really disappointed that due to the sunshine and the fact that my son's sports day is still going to go ahead, I'm going to be at my son's sports day, so I won't be there. But I am quite disappointed that I'm missing it because it looks like it's going to be a fabulous event. So if you've not been able to go, or you're like me, you want to know more about it afterwards, then please watch out for the video blogs and the postings and the blogs that will come out of that. And if you know somebody who goes, then just try and get some feedback from them because it looks like it's going to be a great day. The other thing that we've been working on this week is the launch event for the latest cohort of value makers. So I think I did a spoiler last week that we've got a launch event coming up on the 13th of July, and we have just finalised the agenda of what we want to do on that day. So it's very much about welcoming the new cohort of value makers into the value maker and the Future-Focused Finance community. But it's also about trying to inspire and motivate those individuals to actually leave the room and act and help us to spread the message of FFF. We've also got some quite technical things in there as well. So we've got things around the resources that are available to help you to spread that message, talks around how to use Twitter, how to use the website and make the website work for you, because it could be something as simple as you every Friday make a commitment to have a look at the recent activity that's been added onto the website, and then if you see something that you know that any of your colleagues or your team might be interested in, it's as simple as sending a link by email to those individuals of the blog or article or posting that's on the website. So it's just 5 minutes on a Friday, and that could really help us to spread that message and get people talking about the different things that we've got going on. So there's going to be some of that. There's going to be value makers there who are going to share their stories of how they got started on their value maker journey and what their highlights have been. So again, it looks to be an inspirational, but also really like giving people the tools and the information that they need so that when they leave that room, they can hit the ground running and start their value maker activity. So looking like a great day. The agenda is going out to the latest cohort of value makers, but it's also going out to all value makers. So if you're a value maker who missed your launch event for your cohort and you'd like to come along to this one, you see yourself getting some benefit, then book yourself on. But I'd also say for other value makers, if you just feel like you need re-energizing, need a bit of headspace, a bit of time to refocus and redirect some of your energies towards your value maker activities, then please come along, book yourself on the usual Future-Focused Finance email address. And I think that's all from me this week, so quite short and snappy this week, but I am just going to leave you with something that happened to me last week as a little smiler for you at the end of my blog. I had my son and his friend round last Saturday, and they were sat in their usual position where one of them has the iPad watching a video on YouTube and the other sat on the arm of the chair looking over their shoulder. They have this fascination, and it's an absolute fascination, with watching other people play games on YouTube. So they're playing a game, they're videoing themselves playing a game, and then they add some commentary to it. And the boys, for whatever reason, just absolutely adore it and think it's the best thing in the world. So I walked in to find them in this usual position watching one of these YouTube videos, and I just happened to throw in, "Hey boys, did you know that I'm on YouTube? I've got 2 videos now on YouTube and people are watching it. I even got a like last week." To which the boys turned round, and it was like I got massive hero status in like the space of me just saying that. It was like, you've got a video on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, people are watching it. Isn't that great? So my son's friend turned to me and said, And how many likes did you say you've got? You've got 1k likes. I said, oh no, not 1,000. I've got 1 like. To which, at that very moment, I moved from hero to 0 as they were rolling around the floor laughing because the video that they watch gets 70,000 plus likes and hundreds of thousands of watchers. So they said, how many people have actually watched your video? I said, well, perhaps 34 at the last look. Again, met with hysteria. They thought that that was absolutely hilarious. So my son suggested that to try to get more views, maybe I should have Minecraft playing just behind me. Now I'm guessing that's not why you've clicked on that link and that's not why you're watching this video. But I think there is a message there around I need to try and do something a bit more exciting and a bit more creative. And I have been getting some feedback from individuals, which is brilliant. And when I get a minute, I'll reflect on all of that and try to do something a bit different. But for now, I'm hoping that you're finding it helpful and that it's helping to get some messages out to you. And that's it for this week. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Thank you.